Murphy Show, the Vera Franklin Show.
Hi, I'm Vera Franklin with Word Out Ministry, where our focus is to get the word out to the public regarding beneficial information for the body of Christ. And this is a Big Don production, and you can catch us on our live stream on the following platforms: Apple TV, Roku TV, YouTube, Facebook Live, KMI 2024 ORG, Cross TV, the Apple iPhone app, and the Android app. You can always also watch us on the KMI USA app and on YouTube on the Jerry Green channel. I'd like to thank my listeners for tuning in today with us, and I'd like to introduce to you my guest for today, none other than Dr. Jerry Green. Hi, Jerry. How you doing today?
It's good to be on your show. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. God is good. Always blessing me, and looking forward to a great time on your show today. I do a lot of interviews myself, but to be on your show is an honor. Okay.
Yes, thank you so much for being here with us today.
All right.
So, Jerry, we're going to get right into it. So, I'm just going to say a few little perks here that, I've known you for a long time. Um, in the community, you've been around, you've been on the radio, been on TV, you've been with Gospel Fest, you've been with Hollaback Awards, you have numerous artists that you work with. So, can you tell me how it all started?
Well, it all started with me as a kid. So I was actually raised in the community. My dad had a record store that started back in 1962 called B&L Record Shop. And I was a kid. So, and I was the only of his employees over the years. I was there from the beginning to the end. I stayed with him till the store closed in 1977. So at that time, I had an opportunity to learn the business side of it, and also learn how to deal with the public, because I was in the public, with customers, and I had a chance to meet some of the major artists back in that day that was big at that time. So I had a chance to really learn about what it was like being in the entertainment field. So that was a good experience for me. Not only me, my brother Henry, Robert Dewberry, Grace Chambers, and of course my late dad, and a lot of people that was involved. Jazzy Jordan, just to name a few. He was real big in the gospel industry and the R&B industry as well. So I had a great opportunity to work with some people that taught me, and I taught them, and we just, learned from that point on.
Okay, so you started with your dad. Fast forwarded, you were on the radio too, right?
Oh yes, still doing radio.
So
42 years.
So being on the radio, what was that like?
Well, being on the radio is a great challenge. The only thing that everybody get to know you, they recognize your voice. So no matter where I go, most of the time people know who I am. That because of all the years I've been doing radio. But it's a great opportunity because you get a chance to reach people and that's incarcerated, especially doing gospel. Those that's in convalescent homes or nursing homes, and in the hospital in general, and those that can't get out the house. So radio is very powerful. It's a very powerful tool. I don't take it lightly. That's why God allowed me to start my own radio station. But it's a blessing. It has its advantage. And then again, people want to play the songs on the radio. Everybody come to you and they expect the song to be played. So sometimes you gotta turn folks down that, even if you know them personally. If it ain't ready for airplay, you gotta tell them nicely. But radio started with me back in 1982. So I've been doing it for a long time and really enjoy doing it.
Okay, so 1982, you started on radio, you got your broadcasting degree. Now it's 2026. How has radio changed with what's going on now within the industry? Because there's been so many things that's going on. We went from okay, so I'm going to take it back to where I remember. We went from vinyl.
Yep. I know.
That little 45 with a little spindle in the middle. You had to put the little penny on the needle to make sure it didn't skip.
That's right.
You went to the 8 track. You stuck it in there, and hopefully you didn't. Then you went to the cassette. Then we went to the MP3 or something.
MP3 now.
And now you even have internet and you have Alexa. So how did radio change to where we are now?
Well, radio now is so different because when I started, it was all live DJs. Matter of fact, you had to be at the station. I remember it was times when it was a snowstorm or blizzard, I had to spend a night in a hotel just to make sure I was at the radio station
Wow.
during my shift, so I could be there to relieve. Let's say you was on.
Okay.
Your time to go off, my time to come on. So I had to be there. So we relied and depend on one another to be there. With the live jocks. Nowadays, you can record a show and put it on, and the show is pre-recorded. So you don't have to really worry about things. And even with the music, the music, you just put the music on and just throw your voice in between the music and have a live show. So that's how radio evolved. Do I like it like this now? Yes and no, because now I don't have to be there for 4 hours to do a show where it could just be pre-recorded and the show still goes on. But that's how radio evolved over the last, let's say, 10 years.
Okay, so you have all that experience. So if someone wanted to get into radio now, a youngin coming up, what would you suggest that they do?
What I would suggest is for them to try to go to school, first of all, to learn the ins and outs. Or if I had to teach them, I'd just teach them the basics, like how to do the news and how to talk on the microphone properly, with a great addiction and good verbs and things like that. But, it's not hard. Nothing is hard because, matter of fact, you're on the television right now. So it's just a learning experience, and the best training is actually doing it.
Okay.
You got to get behind the microphone and do it yourself, and that's how you learn. But you got to put the work in, though.
Definitely, I agree. It's been so many things that's gone on. So we just touched on a few things. Another thing is when we had the Gospel Fest
Yep.
in the city of New Haven. Unfortunately, it's not the same anymore. That era has changed. But we brought the artists and the board on gospel brought the national artists into our city, our town. What was that like?
Well, it was a great experience because, the way I look at it is history that was being made as well. Because some people always going to remember that Donnie McClurkin was at Gulf Street Park, or Yolanda Adams, or Rance Allen, or Lee Williams, or the Mighty Clouds of Joy, Karen Clark Sheard, or, you know what I'm saying? So every time you put together a show, someone's going to walk away from that show, and that's going to be in their mind all the time. I remember I saw, let's say, Yolanda Adams at the park for free.
Mm-hmm.
And they never had a chance to see her no more, but they saw it that one time. So to put something together as big as that, it was always a blessing to me, because I always looked at the legacy part of it, because everybody gonna leave a legacy behind when we leave this world, and that's part of my legacy, Gospel Fest, and also the city of New Haven, because people are gonna remember what we did at that park for 25 years.
Okay, so that happened, and then we did something else. We had the Hollaback Awards.
That's right.
Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, it's basically the same thing. Just one was indoors, one was outdoors. And the Hollaback Awards was more of a blessing to the community because we gave out awards, to major pastors and people, that was in the community, that was doing community service work. They got a chance to be blessed. And also we did bring in national artists as well. So, New Haven can be, so New Haven could say that, yes, we got our share of national artists. And once again, when that person saw Shirley Caesar at Wilbercross High School,
oh yeah,
they could walk away and say, I saw Shirley Caesar at the Hollaback Awards.
That's right.
Or I saw Erica Campbell at the Hollaback Awards, or Dietrich Haddon, or Jason Nelson. You know what I'm saying? So we brought in some big names, and them names always stick with people. It might not stick with us so much because we always do something different. But to that person that saw Jason Nelson, they're going to remember, I saw him at Hill House High School with the Hollaback Awards. It's a legacy, and actually Tony and I was talking last week, and he said that we did some big things together.
Oh, yeah.
And I said, yes, we did.
Yes, we did.
So I told him to stay excited, be excited, and we got some more things that we want to do in the future. So Hollaback was definitely big for the city of New Haven, big for all of our legacy. I was involved with that.
All right, what about the local artists? Because the local artists, we were able to showcase the local talent that we have here in the state of Connecticut and, close by. Because we had different artists come in. Um, let's talk about that. What do you believe that did for our community?
Well, for the local artists, and I tell each and every one of them, that I contact, that we're providing a platform for them.
Hmm.
Just like if I play your song on the radio, okay, people hear your song, now they get a chance to put the face with the song.
Right.
So they see you in concert, and they ain't coming to hear me sing. Right? They're not coming to hear you sing or Big Don, they're coming to hear you. So it's up to you to put people in the seats. And it's up to you to utilize the platform that we're giving you. So because any local artist, we can call them local, but they're just like all the other artists. It's just that they need a platform to perform on, and that's what we do for them, as artists. And I can do the same thing for them on radio. They get a chance to be heard on a station that they might never get a chance to be heard on.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because my station, WYBC, is big. If you get a chance to get on WIBC, you saw being played on Sunday, Sweet Sounds of Praise, you basically made it in this area. So we're providing a platform for the artists, to perform and also share their music and their gift, that God gave them.
So in addition to your platform, since I'm here with the maestro, is there any tips that you would give or services that you provide for our artists?
Sure. Well, we have my brother and I. We have a production company that we provide that they can reach on a national level. Because when I started my radio station, because I wasn't just satisfied on WYBC, I wanted my own thing. Now that gives me the opportunity to market what I do. With major other networks in the that's on the national level. So most people know about me because of the way I market. So for example, let's say if you're a recording artist,
okay,
and you got a song that came out and the song is pretty good. I got radio announcers in Chicago, Boston, Atlanta, Florida, over in the Bahamas, over in Jamaica. So my job is to try to get your song played on the radio stations. Now it's up to that artist to see, do I want to stay local or I want to go national? It's up to them because I put on my board up there, invest in yourself.
okay.
You got to spend money on you, but it's up to you. You can stay local or you can go national. It's up to you, but you got to invest money because that CD is like a car. If nobody listens to your song, it don't mean nothing until it be heard and somebody be blessed by it. So that's what we offer.
So if we had some artists that wanted to get in touch with you and your brother with your company, what would they do? How would they contact you?
Just give me a call, 203-875-0520. That's my business line. Give us a call and we'd be more than happy to sit down and let you know what we do. And most people know what I do anyway. So my job, it ain't what I do, it's what you want. Because I'm going to do it regardless. Now, if you want to be you want to be local, stay local. You want to be national, I get you on a national level.
Okay, so we're here in the studio, and I see all this letters over here. It says WJRG. CT's only gospel internet, number one gospel internet radio station. Can you tell us about that?
Sure. That was a station God laid in my heart going back maybe 7 years ago. It might have been longer. I should have wrote the date down when I started it because God said, look, you done paid your dues. You done did everything else for everybody else. I want you to start your own radio station. And what I'm really proud about my station, I give other people an opportunity to come on my station. I got about 10 different shows. We got Never Miss a Beat. We got the Jay Harmon Top 30 Gospel Countdown. We got the Marcus in the Morning. We got Praise with my man out of Charlotte, North Carolina. We got Juanita Coleman show. I got the Bishop Ernest of a gospel countdown with Nina Taylor. I give all the people an opportunity to put this show on my station. So that's why, like I said, it's the one hand wash the other.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm putting you on my station, if I got an artist, can you play my artist on your show? So that's the one thing I'm really proud about my station. It's not just about me. It's the diversity that we have different shows. We got also the Praise Cafe.
Okay.
A lot of different shows that people is taking, they're sleeping on WJRG. They're sleeping on it because I got so many good shows up there. Even like I'll tell my boy L.A. Bastard that just passed away.
So sorry to hear
His
that.
show is up there. And then we got the sports show that we do up there, Sports Talk. So yeah, that's why I wanted my own radio station, because it gives us an opportunity, to bring in other shows that people don't get a chance to hear. And also it shows what we can do from a local standpoint.
Okay, so we're talking about local and the community. There's something that's going on in our community, and let's hear about that.
Season's greetings from Big Don Productions and Kingdom Media International proudly presents the Jerry Green's Gospel Showcase and Christmas Toy Drive 2025, Saturday, December 20th at the Music Back Then Performing Theater, 221 Bull Hill Lane, West Haven, Connecticut. Performing that evening will be Jamila Douglas, Blessings, Calvin Cooper, Dre the Voice, Lisa Bellamy, Rock Tabernacle Male Chorus, comedian Dr. Irma Something Else. Featured guest group will be the legendary Tyrese Hall and the Golden Stars. Doors open at 5:30 p.m. and show starts at 6 p.m. sharp. That's at Saturday, December 20th, the Music Back Then Performing Theater, 221 Bull Hill Lane, West Haven, Connecticut. Also, other sponsors include WJRG, Gospel Inspirations, 94.3, WYBC, Action First Broadcast, Rock Tabernacle Ministries. Tickets are $20. And for more information, call 203-875-0520. That's 203-875-0520. Or for tickets, Cash App at $84 Plymouth. That's Cash App at $84 Plymouth for the Jerry Green's Gospel Showcase and Toy Drive 2025.
All right. So Dr. Jerry Green also has a toy drive that's going to be going on next Saturday. So we want to see you there. So Dr. Green, let's do a little recap. You started out selling records with your dad at his shop there, going over there on Dixway Avenue. I remember going over there. That was the only place in town you could find music. The only place in town. You couldn't find anywhere else.
Yeah, the black music, right?
The
R&B.
black music. Well, that's all I knew about. I didn't know about the other
But
music.
that's we specialize in. Right?
Yeah, right. So, and then you went on to be a radio broadcaster. You went to school for that. You were at local stations, WYBC. You were at WNHU. I think there was another one you were at also.
WNHC,
WNHC,
WFIF.
WFIF. That's to recap the stations where you've been and where you were at. And you also received, I think, a broadcasting award, correct?
Yeah, I received, I got my diploma from Connecticut School of Broadcasting. Also, I received the Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award. Also, my honorary doctorate degree. So, yeah, God bless me, to be where I am now. But the other things I'm proud of is the fact that I did have my own store myself on.
Oh,
Willie
yeah, that's
Avenue.
right. That store on Willie Avenue.
Yeah, we had that.
Everybody went in there to get the music, and your wife had Doreen's Fashions there.
Yes.
So you can get the music and you can get together to go out.
Get the fashion.
The fashion, both in the same spot. You also had your own internet radio station, WJRG Radio, and there's something else going on that I don't think that too many of our viewers are aware of. There's a new ministry that's out. It's called KMI 2024 RG. We can find that, and that's one of our live streams. Can you talk to us about that?
Sure. Well, actually, how it all started, Dr. Wayne and myself was talking one day when we were doing Action First broadcast, and I said, well, we need our own television network.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, okay, and I said that's going to be one of our goals for 2024. So I called. Of course, I talked to my best friend, Donald Franklin over there, and Big Don. And I called Pastor Miller.
Hmm.
I told him about it, what I wanted to do. He went off and running with it. He was. I never seen my pastor so excited because he's more excited right now. He's working me hard. All right, we have a breakfast, a lunch with people, and I mean, just to get things going. But that's how the whole thing started. So I got with Big Don. So we said we'll partner together to start our own television network, WJRG. And we brought on board Bishop Ernest Richard with Power to Stand. We got Tanya Randall, who's going to be on later on today,
Okay.
with Wayfair Ministries, Pastor Andre Thompson with Next Level Ministries. Then we got with Apostle Valerie Washington, who just had a great faith convention over the weekend. She's on board. And of course, ourselves and Rock Tabernacle Ministries. And we have Dr. Wayne that comes on our channel. So that's how it all started because, like I said, I wasn't satisfied with just Facebook or YouTube. I want our own channel so we can do what we want to do. Facebook can't tell me, kick me off and say, you can't be on no more. In that case, I just won't be on Facebook. I can be live on our channel. So we're looking at bringing other channels, pastors in for 2026, and also looking at getting our own television station, our own place where we can go and do things. So yeah, that was a vision God gave me, and I'm glad that we ran forward with it.
Okay, so this is big now. This has started with radio. Communication, communication, communication. People, communication. Our community. People, communication, community. Radio, internet radio, TV. TV. So, and we have all these different ministries that are part of this station. How, if someone was interested in putting their show on the TV station, how do they get in touch with you about that? Because so much is going on. This is on the ground floor.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I got a business line, or KMI got their own number as well, but I don't have the number in front of me.
Hmm.
But they can call me on my business line, 203-875-0520. And we have our own channel as well, WJRG, with Big Don Production, the producer. So if anyone wants to get a hold of either me or Big Don, they can give us a call. We can put them on our channel, or they can be a part of the big a picture and be a part of KMI. And we do have a 24-hour station with KMI, a 24-hour channel they can be on. But that's something I'm excited about, Sister Vera, because I'm one of them type of guys that when I see a vision, I go for it.
Hmm.
Even when we started Sports Talk, we used to talk sports at work all the time and had these big debates. And I said, "Look, man, we're gonna solve this thing. We're gonna bring it on a television level, on a radio level." So that's how we got together with that. And these guys have took it and ran with it. And my wife told me one time, she said to me, laying in the bed, "You're the type of guy that makes people's dreams come true."
Uh-huh.
All right. And I said, "What you mean by that?" She said, "Look at all the people you done blessed playing a song on the radio, or guys like even my brother-in-law Larry. I talked to him yesterday. I said, Larry, you really make our show." And it wasn't
Kansas City Chief, man.
right. And it wasn't for that show, we might only speak maybe once every 2 years, whatever, 1 year. But you get people together, and I'm excited about that because if anything happened to me, God forbid, the show can still go on, and you make them guys' dreams come true.
Oh, yeah.
And they get a chance to get together and talk what they want to talk about, or even like with yourself, with your show, or Dr. Wayne, or Bishop Steve, or whoever that we put on, whoever song I play on the radio, whatever. That's making their dream come true. Because you can have a song and we don't be playing, nobody heard it, don't mean nothing. So you're making people's dreams come true by what we do, for what we do. And I say all of us, we, not just me, because it ain't about me. We're making people's dreams come true. So that's exciting. I'm excited about that.
Okay, one more thing. So all the different artists that you dealt with, that you had in your vicinity, like at Gospel Fest, Holla Back, that you reach out to you. Like I know that on your radio station, some of them, they have wish happy holidays, all this stuff. How is your relationship? I mean, I know they're down to earth people. You know, they're just like us
You my
and
national artist now?
national artists now.
Okay.
Because I heard some on your radio. You know, I listen to your radio station sometime, and they're on there. They do little demos for you.
Yeah, like CC Winans
Yeah,
and Erica Campbell.
and you know, and I know CC Wine is going to be coming here
In May.
in May.
Yeah.
Um, so that relationship with the artist, you know, I remember, you know, one of my idols was singing Shirley Caesar. We had CC Winans. We had Erica Campbell, um, Diedrich Haddon. These artists, they, you know, they sort of like helped our community. We brought the people out together so they could have that day of worship. So bringing that together with our community, even with the radio station, the TV station that's going on now, WJRG Music. And back in the day, let's say back in the day, we were able to go to your store to get the music and gather the music, you know, just to listen to the music, even on the radio, WYBC. We thank you so much for all that you've done for us, Jerry, and our community. You know, I look around and, you know, you go to other cities and there's just, you know, they have 24. I remember we were driving out in North Carolina, we were in Florida, back and forth, you know, and this is back in the 80s, 90s. And these were these national radio stations, 24-hour ones,
Right.
that were on the radio. We didn't have that here. Only time we heard gospel music was on Sunday. Then you started coming on during the week, you know, early. Then they stopped that. But it's just something to be here with Dr. Jerry Green, who had the vision, and the Lord allowed you to make it plain and present it to the public.
It wasn't, you know, it wasn't easy, but then again, it was. No, see, I tell folks all the time, you know, it's like I got to remind my pastor sometimes
Mhm.
too, and other people. Everybody not gonna be like us.
Hmm.
See, you know, certain people that certain people that I be teasing them like you get bit by this bug. You
Uh-huh.
know, even in sports, you know, like guys hang around like Pat Riley's, they can't retire.
Hmm.
When you get bit by that bug, all right, or you could say God, whatever, put His hands on you. When He opened doors for you, you walk through them. But you know, and when He can make things easy to make. See, I might make it look easy for you
Hmm.
because all you gotta do is just come in and step in and do what you gotta do. Because I make it look easy for you. But on the other end of the coin, it's easy for me. But if you took my spot, it might not be that easy because it's all about being driven. It's a drive that you got to have. If you ain't got that drive in you, it ain't gonna work. And I got a certain drive in me that everybody just don't have. Okay, I know like the Donald Morris has it, like the Juan has it,
Hmm.
Big Don has it, like my daughter Nikki has it.
Hmm.
All right, you know, some people just got a drive in them. You know, Tony Pearson, you know, where you just put them in the car, they're gonna just drive off because they got that certain drive that you got to have. And everybody don't have that. So that's why I said, you know, it's a certain gift that God gives us, and we can make it look easy until you got to do it. It's not that easy. It's like this radio station, WJRG. Sometimes I'm up to almost midnight, yeah, uploading songs,
Uh-huh.
putting together my new playlist for the next day. Yeah, I don't care if I got 20 listeners or 100 listeners or 2 listeners. All of them will get the same. They're going to get that same perfection they're going to get. Why? Because of the drive I got. Because my perfection. I want to make sure whoever listens to WJRG, even for the first time, they're going to get something good out of it. So it's the work part that people don't understand behind the scenes that you got to do. Even with WJRG, our station. Our station is going to be an entertainment station.
Hmm.
I made that clear at the KMI meeting. We're entertainment. Okay, we might bring in gospel stage plays because most of the other stations are preaching.
Right.
We might bring in gospel stage plays or the gospel showcase or a nice gospel movie that we
Hmm.
might have on our station. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to be diversified. KMI to have where people can tune into our channel and get a gospel comedian up there. That's what I want. I just answered your question. You know, it's
Well,
work.
that's great. That's great. Well, we know it's work, and we enjoy the work that you do. We see the results. The community enjoys the work that you do. So make sure you guys come out next Saturday at 6 p.m. to our toy drive that's going to be going on. Can you recap that one more
Season's
time?
greetings from Big Don Productions and Kingdom Media International proudly presents the Jerry Green's Gospel Showcase and Christmas Toy Drive 2025, Saturday, December 20th at the Music Back Then Performing Theater, 221 Bull Hill Lane, West Haven, Connecticut. Performing that evening will be Jamila Douglas, Blessings, Calvin Cooper, Dre the Voice, Lisa Bellamy, Rock Tabernacle Male Chorus, comedian Dr. Irma Something Else. Featured guest group will be the legendary Tyrese Hall and the Golden Stars. Doors open at 5:30 p.m. and show starts at 6 p.m. sharp. That's at Saturday, December 20th, the Music Back Then Performing Theater, 221 Bull Hill Lane, West Haven, Connecticut. Also, other sponsors include WJRG, Gospel Inspirations, 94.3, WYBC, Action First Broadcast, Rock Tabernacle Ministries. Tickets are $20. And for more information, call 203-875-0520. That's 203-875-0520. Or for tickets, Cash App at $84 Plymouth. That's Cash App at $84 Plymouth for the Jerry Green's Gospel Showcase and Toy Drive 2025.
Well, Jerry, Dr. Jerry Green, we'd like to thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to come by and visit us at Word Out Ministry. We'd like to thank our audience for tuning in, and we'll see you again next week. Until then, bye-bye.